When you trade crypto, and never is bad. When the market's off to the side, able hands drop as prices go down. Where's the high market Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in crypto right now, you are missing out on one of the biggest opportunities in your life. Hit that like button, join and subscribe, and enjoy Road Dog Crypto.
Ooh la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the like button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it's all right now because anything you can do. Oh, baby, that's all right. Oh, baby, that's all right.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His charting skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we asked him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to random daytime stream here about 2:30 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United Social States of America. And I'm doing some woo-woo stuff. I was going to come over here and start just kind of looking at some altcoins and setups and things like that, but I started looking at the total 3 and just got into woo-woo mode here, and I'm doing something. WD Gann swore up and down that you can square price and time based on a 360-degree square, or also you can use a 360-degree circle. It's a tricky little thing, and it's hard to do on TradingView because you got to keep this thing to scale and lock it in, and then the least little movement that you do screws it all up and then makes it a little inaccurate. So we're playing around with this idea. I've had some very success with this idea before, but it's a very convenient idea. All we're doing is taking the radius of a low to a high, and we're drawing a circle there. And at the tangents of these circles, at the very ends of these circles, we draw a line. And it's very interesting when you see what happens when you do this. Now, this one's looking back, so this is in retrospect, but this is the way they check to make sure that you're kind of accurate. At the end of those lines, when you go up, there should be a move happening. And that was the day that we had a dump. In retrospect. In forward spec, we go to the other side of this circle, and we draw a little line, and we can see that was the day that we hit the bottoms. This was the top before it dumped. This was the bottom before it pumped. Interesting, right? Well, let's do another one from this low to this high, and let's get what's going on. From the side of this circle, when we draw the line, that was the bottoms. Let me move it so you can see it. See that? Interesting concept, right? On the other side of this circle, well, if we had dump here, we had dump here. Dumpy or bottom, you know, it's right there. It's so tight, and a little bit of margin of error could knock you off on just nailing it, because it just, look, you scale, you move things a little bit and it skews everything. So you gotta be right on it with this. Actually, did you screw it up, bro, dog? I didn't screw this one up. This is the one I'm worried about. This one might be off just a hair, but it's still close enough that we didn't nail it. But if we had been looking at it, we could have said, nailed it. But this date could be a very interesting date here on Tuesday, October the 8th. So what is it telling me? What could we possibly be doing here? Well, we're on a downward trend. I've got a trend line here, but we clearly broke it. So, you know, that kind of sucks. This is kind of... we need to make that one weaker because we broke it. So maybe I'll just keep it a line, just a small line. A bigger line than that because I can't see that. But we broke that, and now there is a measure move that we could look at. It's not very, it's not this. It's more around here at this level. Suggests that we can come down to these areas, and I think that's true too. That would be touching a 360 moving average. I would love to blow this up, but it's going to mess up my circles here. About 558. That's coming at $559 billion. So about $20 billion less than where we are now is the measured move from where we just broke to the bottom of. Thereabouts. Now, and then we got a date. And now, if it be true that price and time are correlated, and that they can be squared, and you get reversals at these squares. This is the squaring, how you can square price and time with the circle, with the ratio from a swing low to a swing high. You have to start over here and pull it down to here to get it. Well, that's the tricky part, or one of the tricky parts. But right there, we're looking around October 8th. That maybe that's where we bottom out and then we start turning around. That's my woo thing. That is an official Road Dog prediction here. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, we got to do all the funky stuff. Wait a minute. Wait for it. Oh crap, we can't find it. Sean, hit the button. I'm working on it, Road Dog. I can't find it.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elvis. Appreciate that. So we got woo-woo here. And that's what I'm getting on the woo-woo. And, you know, hey, man. Looks like it did a pretty good job here. Looks like it did a pretty good job here. Looks like it did a pretty good job here. I'm looking for a pretty good job to be done around Tuesday, October 8th. Today is the 3rd. We got 5 days of probably downward, and then maybe we'll see a little reaction out of these altcoins. How does this apply to Bitcoin? I would ask. Oh gosh, did I screw it up? I might have screwed this one up. I may have to do this all over. Well, that's cool. You'll see the process. Or did I don't want to screw it up. I don't want to move it. I can't move it. It looks skewed. I moved it. Crap. All right, so this is the problem. You get this thing. Let's just do it all over. That way you guys can see the... I've already got some days marked over here, and I've been doing it with Fibonacci time pools too, so there's also some confluence with the Fibonacci time pool, so I didn't nail that one, and it got this one. And it's also saying right here about Saturday, October 5th. Now that'd be interesting. So could Bitcoin reverse first and then altcoins follow suit on total 3? That can be an idea. Let's try our little circle trick, and that way you can maybe learn a new concept. But I'm telling you, you really got to play around with it for a while. So I'm going to take the swing high here. I'm going to put it all the way back down to the swing low. Right here. Now what I got here, I've got you marked out. I'm going to fine tune it. And this is what makes it tricky and a little subjective, because I think you do have to fine tune it. So we're going to do this. But, okay. Let's do a previous one. If we can do a previous one, then we shouldn't have to fine tune the next one. Does that make sense? Let's try that out. Let's go from this high. Work here. Boom. Do we have something? I don't have anything lining up there perfectly. Let's get you. You're getting too woo-woo, Road Dog. You're getting too woo-woo. No. Just give me a chance. You don't line up too well over here, so I've got some questions about you. Let's see if this scale works, and we'll try this one more time over here. We'll try it here too. Fine tune you. Yeah, we're having a little difficulty on this one. Now, I don't want to screw this up. Bear with me. I mean, this is a little bit of a process, and I want to make sure that we get. Oh, that's getting close. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, so we got this one set up here, and I think we got a little confluence. Now let's draw you. Where are you? Right here. And you're not nailing it just exactly. Oh. Pulling the other way. I want to get... No, don't get all your woo-woo stuff off, man. There's some important woo-woo stuff that I wanted to keep, such as these blue lines. I can't see my line. I can't see my wicks. Where are you, Wiki? We're here. It's kind of losing its effect, isn't it? We're going to have to move all this stuff. Okay. I don't think it's got a perfect nail, but I think we're getting right there. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do a few others. I'm going from swing low to swing high. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gasoline. You just have to give it a little time. And I'm pulling from the bottom, swing low and swing high. And here's a toppy top. And here's a toppy top. Let's go with this toppy top. That was the first one. So we got some of these ideas that kind of, when we square price and time, it's supposed to help us determine pivot points. And like I said, it's not an exact science, but it's if you fool around with it and take it patiently, and you got to kind of scale it. It's hard to do on TradingView because there's a scale issue. You make one little move with your cursor and it blows things up, and then the circles change the proportions. So it's really tricky to do this. And I'm not sure exactly how Gann was doing it, but he drew everything out on paper, so he didn't have this problem. He had everything set to a scale, I think a 1-inch scale, and you know he would use grids and squares too, and also circles. But anyway, we're just playing around with this idea, and we're coming in the vicinity. I'm not declaring that I will just perfectly nail it, although it's so close sometimes that you're like, wow. So we're suggesting here, we got October the 13th right here. Have we got anything else? Let's go from high to low. Now look at this. When we go from high to low, it's getting our tops. Isn't that interesting? So I want to start color coding these. This one should be a green one, right? So this one, no, this was a green. When you change the directions of how you pull it, it seems to have an impact here too. And this one will be red. So this one's green. This one was red. This one also red. This one would be on the green scale. Opposite side. Let's hope that it stays on the green. This one didn't really nail anything other than, price kept going up. I'm not seeing any confidence there, but it is interesting that we did on this one for a downturn. So I'll take that into consideration there. And I think we did we do low to high? I think we did, right? No, we did not. So we got some kind of little window here. I'm not really sure what to make of that. We'll see how this stuff plays out. But I'm going to leave this one green. So we got some price circles going on here, some ideas, and it's starting to look a little crazy. But it's given us some days to look at, and if we put any thought into this idea, then maybe there's something there. We might want to start paying attention to this area between Sunday, October 13th, or Monday, October. That's also on a good day where we would see price action happen between Sunday and Monday. So that is about 10 days away here. And then October 22nd, I'm not really sure what we might have there, but there's some other things lining up toward the end of October too. Just some ideas I'm sharing. So that's all I wanted to share woo-woo wise. Just some of these ideas. Let's take a look at Ethereum since we had some questions about Ethereum. We'll pull it up on here. Let's see if we can get any concepts out of this idea. That might be fun. Let's see if we can tune it in. I'm going to go high to low. That was the lowest point, right? Did you nail it? This one right here. I'm going to try to get as picky as I can here and nail it, and then come down right here to this one. Did you give us anything? We'll just mark and see what we got. I wouldn't say that nailed it per se, would you? Perhaps it just needs a little fine-tuning. Not really seeing anything over there. And we're wanting to look for pivotal events when we're doing this. And right now, I'm just trying to tune this idea. Oh, here we go. What we got here? And here's a bottom. Okay, I think we found it. So we got to finagle just a little bit with this idea until we get it where it catches on something. And once we find it catching on something, well, then I think you can go ahead and apply that without having to adjust the scale as much. And that's what I'm doing. So let's take this idea with Ethereum, and it's the same kind of thing there. Let's do a different one. Let's go from this swing low to this swing high right there. Just see what it says. It caught a little bit. I mean, this is in my hindsight, so this is just kind of a check to see if we got a little something there, then we might have a little something over here. I'm not really seeing much. Let's try this high to this low. Look at this idea. We're at a pumpy pump, and here we're at a top area, so we got some confluence. Didn't exactly nail it, but that could be, my fault, my pull, or my scale. But we're in the vicinity here, so we'll take that in consideration. Let's pull another one. I want to go from this high to this low area. What did it get? Nothing much there, but we did start getting the bottom. Now I'm probably off a little bit. Let me see if I can redo this one and tighten it up. I can't see my line here. I'm going to go actually from this high that it didn't get. Right here. Swing low, how did you do? That almost nailed it. Almost nailed it. So I think this is a technique that there's some validity to it. It's just in my execution of it, I think I'm missing a few little things. I think I'm getting closer to getting somewhere with it. But look, So we got a little something there. There's something there. There's something worth pursuing on this idea, in my personal opinion. So I like to do this stuff. This is a technique that I never even considered. Look at that. But it seems like once you get it tuned in and start seeing some confluence in them, and then your circles, well, I mean, they seem to line up a little bit better. So Ethereum, what you got going on from this bottom to this high? And if there is some truth to this, it's suggesting that Sunday, October 6th, will be the day that something happens. We went down, we're coming down here. It should, I'm going to venture to say, since we're coming down, that will be the reversal. So our woo-woo science is suggesting that in 3 days, ladies and gentlemen, we should see a bounce. 3 days out of Ethereum. So it is said, so it is written, so shall it be. Wow. That's my price prediction. I dare not touch this chart to expand it or anything because that will screw up everything that I've got here. That's the only bad thing about it. So I can't zoom in on this. So, where will she go? Well, I got the time thing. I'm not so sure about the price thing. I would look at these moving averages for sure. I can't blow this up. 21,136 is where the 800 moving average is coming in, and we are approaching on the daily the 666 moving average, which I know sounds weird. It's $22,083 on this Binance chart. And so we're roughly about $60, $70 away from that area. We're in now. I think we should go to a different chart so we can look at regular stuff now. Let me check with you guys and see if I lost you on all the woo-woo stuff, because, you know, some people look at it and say, you suck, Road Dog, you're just making stuff up. And I'm like, no, I've been looking into this, and I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just throwing some new stuff out there because this is how we learn and realize some stuff. So, but I am going to stick with my predictions on it, because how else am I going to know if it's going to be real? I got to throw myself out there and say, baby, I expect this to happen. And if it doesn't happen, we come back and say, well, I guess we need to kind of finesse that a little bit. Say hello to everybody over here. So we got Brackish Adventures, got Top Chat. Let's put you on the live chat, get everybody involved. Brackish Adventure was first, mother effers. And we got Nazarite 0721 Ralph, precision needed. We got Dave P saying howdy y'all. Nailed it. Justin Crypto says Casper means are blowing up. Let's go. They're going to have to make me go over and check on all that. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to check out the wallet and everything and see how that stuff is working. Nedride0721 says, love the discovery search. All of us need researching together. I agree. That helps. And when we can all come together on the channel and kind of share ideas, oh man, that's when the synergy happens. That's when the magic happens on the channel, in my personal opinion. I don't think it's about somebody getting up here and saying, welcome, do what I do. Do this. Drink my lemon water. What, you know, and all the stuff trying to tell you, do this, do this. I find that the real magic for a channel is when we start interacting and we start sharing our knowledge among each other, because there's a lot of you guys that are very knowledgeable out there. You got expertise in different areas than other people, than I do, and when it all comes together and we start sharing here, yeah. Now, I've seen this happen on other channels, and this is what kind of inspired me to do it this way. I don't think the guy's actually streaming anymore, but his name was Dub Digital, and he'd get on and he'd mix the TA and the LP and he'd fix it all up. And I missed the dude. He was cool. Just had a good overall sense on the market. Not necessarily diving into TA, but the alpha that was shared on that community coming up led me into some very, very good coin picks that I wouldn't have looked at otherwise. And it's just the synergy of sharing. So I'm all open source and all about sharing. So I like that. Going to get a pencil and a compass now. There you go. That's how WD Gann used to do it. I would love to be able to pick that man's brain. I'm telling you, if there was anybody that I could talk to you from the dead, it would be WD Gann. And Jesus, but we can talk to Jesus every day. He's been known to answer more than WD Gann. Need all discovering and sharing. I agree. So we're on Ethereum now, and we're going to look at it here on the daily ding dong. man. I think it looks interesting. It looks interesting to me. On the daily with the 800 and 600, 300 moving average, 360 moving average, 200. They're all lined up nice. So we got the momentum there. And the underlying current is there to carry us up. You're not going to, it's hard to change that underlying current. It's just like in a river, you know, you got that undertow. You're fighting against that sucker. It's going to take you where it wants to take you. It just is. So that's going up and to the right, just a little slowly. She's a slow going river, but those are the strong rivers that push along. So we got that. Now, price is trying to dip under and get caught up in that current, and then it will start being swept up this way is how I'm interpreting this. We just haven't done it yet. I've got a bunch of crap over here. I'll tell you what, let's look at this with fresh eyes. Zoom in. Oh wow, I'm glad we did zoom out. Let's zoom out on the weekly for Ethereum. What has she done, and what was she supposed to have done? If I were looking at this, did she do? How did she play out? We got to judge her performance at this point. So we get all the fibs out, and we go swing low to swing high where we were last time. Deep 786 retracement, double topped or double touched it there, so double bottom there, 786. Cool. This is old news, I know, but when we figure out where we've been, we can figure out where we're going. I don't see that done often enough on YouTube. Let's always try and guess where the flag's headed. Guess where the flag's headed. Guess where the flag's headed. How often does that work out? I mean, flags are cool, but regardless, I heard it quoted today, 68% chance it breaks the upside. Actual bull pennant. I just throw out random information like this. You got to get used to it. A bull pennant, which is, you know, price goes up and it does this little thing here, you know, blah, 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 it makes a little triangle. That has a 57% chance to break up, and it's got a good measure move you can take from here, but it only meets about half of that measure move, so don't expect it to go the full wall to the upside way up here. And a lot of times you will not see that. If you pay attention, they only come up about here and then, oh no, and then the market turned against us, man. It's all their fault, man. And you know, we're getting off. Okay, we got a trend line here, and it gives us a price point that we could probably be touching in time with good old Ethereum. And right now that's somewhere that's in the higher 20,000s, lower 21s. Forgot what we had on the other chart, but it was somewhere around there too with what we were doing with the woo-woo stuff, right? All right, so we're fibbing out right now. We got a 786 retracement, so we're going to go swing low with a fib this time to a swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Where are we coming down to? A 618er. Right along the trend line. 21,112 is the number. She can dip below it a little bit. Doesn't mean she bounces off of it and respects it entirely, but a lot of times you might see that. She hadn't really touched that just yet. So, well, we got to look at that. 21,12 is what I've got there. Now, if she breaks that trend line, of course, we'll be looking at 15. Oh, gosh. Really? Oh, shoot. You're coming down to 21. I'm sitting there going over margin calculations in my head at the moment saying, do I need to be concerned here? One thing I'd like to do is look for any kind of divergence around this trend line, some hidden divergence or just some regular divergence would be awesome. Do we have it? Well, we got price candle bodies low to high. On the RSI, we've got RSI bottom to a low. Oh my gosh, we got some divergence here on the weekly. That just sounds yummy. Which kind is it? Well, hello. We got a trend line here that will probably be broken and we come down here. Maybe it could happen, may not happen. Maybe it'll bounce here. I'm good. We got the divergence, maybe. So we got this going up, and then our divergence on the RSI is, draw a line, man. Is coming down like this. So this is the hidden bullish divergence, and it's a weaker form. And what that means is that, well, it can cancel out. The price just keeps on coming down here and goes to this price. It's gonna, you know, it's also it can negate as price comes down. This is going to stay coming down, and as price comes down, it starts negating it, and that's what you don't want out of hidden bullish divergence. But that can happen. That's the weakness of it. But if it happens at a point of support, like here, it can signal that the trend will continue. That's what it says when it's in effect. But bearish activity can negate it easier than it can the other type, which is the regular divergence. The regular divergence is where price is actually coming down. So you would see price levels coming down, you know, to make a lower high, and you would see the RSI bottoms going to the upside. That's the hell yeah, baby. We're probably getting ready to have a nice strong move off of this area. We don't have that kind. This is the strong kind. This is the kind that we really get, you know, and more likely to get stronger results from. The hidden kind, it can save your butt. It might, but she's not as strong. I mean, you can take a risk on it, but I wouldn't, you know, bet the whole farm on hidden bullish divergence. Hope it works out. We're finding support here at 200 moving average. 100 is below it, so that's a little sandbag for us. But right now, it looks pretty cool. On the weekly for Ethereum, what do you got on the MACD? Oh, I was hoping to see something good on the MACD. I'm not. Histogram's coming up, but our lines are still starting to spread out a little bit and turn down. So, we lost a 9 on the weekly. Why are you looking so bearish right now? I mean, I know you're below the green cloud. We need to see a red cloud. A red cloud is one that we can go back through. A green cloud, not so much. Not impossible, but not very popular idea that happens very often in crypto. 4 hour for Ethereum. Well, baby, it looks like you broke a trend line. Yep. From one of these mega phony patterns. Yep. And your first inclination is to, oh my God, what kind of measure move? We're going to take it from here and we're going to go all the way down. Oh God, we're going to do the 20,200. Let's take a look at this pattern because I think you'll be surprised at the measure move. They're not really that bearish. They're not. It's more akin to taking a measure move from here to how it would actually play out. So just off the bat, I'm going to go with this, and then we're going to go over to Thomas Bukowski, and we're going to get schooled in the authentic, precise way to deal with this pattern. And we're going to see if Road Dogg remembers what he's talking about as much, or if his shortcut works out as well. So this is what I've got, and then we're going to do it the right, correct, or the textbook way, according to Thomas Bukowski, who wrote the textbook. So we're going to go with his stuff rather than what any other YouTube says. 68% chance that I can come all the way down to here. Wherever Bookmap says it's going to go, that's where I'm going to draw my line. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh, crap. But lots of people do. And if you pay them $99 a month, they will show you too how you can also subscribe to a $99 a month Bookmap and learn how to do what they do. It's crazy what they sell here on YouTube. But hey, people got to make a living. Some people are making a living. I just like to, I'm just doing it through the old-fashioned way. I'm just trading my way there. And doing YouTube streams at 15 cents an hour. Pay it forward. Pick it up on the back end, baby. I'm hoping that my good deeds and my good sharing will lead to some good results and good karma in this market. I don't mind giving that a little go. Let's see you go down, baby. Are you coming down here? That's what she says you might do. Oh, that we're going to do it the right way. See, I got sidetracked. Let's go to the patternsite.com, which I don't know what's going on with my browser be acting funny, y'all. This is not even the right page. Clearly, does my browser need an update? The patternsite.com is where we're headed. We're going to go over to chart patterns, and we're going to do this descending, broadening, ascending. What was it? On Ethereum, it's an ascending. It's ascending. It's going up. It's ascending. It's a wedge because it is kind of a pie-shaped wedgy thing, and it's broadening. So that is the typical. That's how Thomas Bukowski names it, ascending, broadening wedge. We call it a megaphone pattern because that's just so much easier to do. Ascending, broadening wedge. Ascending, broadening. Oh my God. Let's go to broadening wedge. Or broadening formations. Okay. He's changed it up. Broadening wedge ascending right here. What's the deal? We want to look at this percentage meeting price target for up-down breakouts. Well, you got a 71% chance of meeting that. Oh, that's more than what I was imagining for a down breakout, right? 71%. How do you take the measure move? Oh, crap, you are doing it. You're doing the whole thing. Road Dogg might be having to go get schooled on this. Usually they're not that bad. It breaks. The breakout for this one is downward 52% of the time. So half and half-ish is what it's saying for this particular pattern. Normally a bearish pattern. Not as bearish. You can have some fun with these patterns. It can stay in them for a while. And we play them a lot. We like it. So Thomas Bukowski is saying from the highs, or from the lows to the highs. Bukowski for downward breakout 71%. 71%. From this zero line, I am going to take this little guy. Oh, let's make sure you get him. Get that little wiki. Don't want to miss the little wiki. And I'm taking it down. I've got 61% here. This is 78%. We're going to have to guesstimation it. And I'm going to put you right here. Does that measure up to anything? It kind of goes from this top to there. From this top of the range and pulling it straight down would be probably the guesstimation. That's the one I said, I probably won't play. Well, apparently Road Dogg needed a little schooling on this pattern. It's happened. That's why we go back and forth. I recommend you do the same thing. This is how you get these things into your head. Is complete. Always going back and double checking yourself on this stuff. If this be true, then Thomas Bukowski says that Ethereum is coming down to $20,008-ish. Holy crap, Road Dogg, you sucked. You said 2171. Thomas Bukowski says 20,800. Well, Thomas Bukowski's been doing this a lot more than I have, a lot longer than I have. I'm going to trust what he says. And I want to put this Bukowski measure move target right there, 20,008. Give him credit for it. Credit is due. I'm going to leave mine up, and we're just going to see what happens. Now, I will probably get some, I expect to get some effect from here because honestly, if you play around, anytime that you get these patterns and you get a top and you go to the bottom, those work as really good measure moves. I mean, there's going to be some price reaction whenever that little ratio is hit, that little movement area is hit from down here. So I'm sticking with it, and I expect that we'll probably find it'll be a pivot point, and maybe it'll come back up for the retest and then come on down here. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's what I've got on Ethereum. What I'm looking for, just measure move wise, using Bukowski's theory. Now, if I were going to use my fib theory, oh no, you got more? Yeah, we got more tricks up our sleeve for what can happen here. I'm going to pull out the swing high to swing low 886 retracement. Oh, well, that was a deep retracement. And now we come to 6-1. Okay. Now, if I were looking for prices where it's going to actually have something to happen, I'm gonna draw boxes for this one so we don't get it confused. This is the area with the fibs that I'd be looking for with my fib strategy. For some reaction here, possibly a retest, and then we see what happens. Maybe we're okay, maybe we bounce from here. These are some bottom areas that we normally look for unless we're getting a much deeper correction. The much deeper correction would take us down to these little guys, and you can see that's going right into Bukowski's measure move. Bukowski's measure move is coming up with my negative 2.72. For me, that's all the confirmation I need. I think we're headed to $2,008 from what I got here. So brackets, it looks like you've already kind of determined some of this because you mentioned 2,000 earlier when you're asking about your question. I'm just now getting around to it, so it seems like I'm finding some confirmation with Bukowski that, yeah, you've got a good target. So take it for what it's worth. There's some areas to watch right in this little box. It may not be it probably won't be a straight shot, so there'll be a lot of zigzagging here. And like, oh no, is it going to flip on me? But that's what it's saying. It's saying it's got a good chance to come down here. So will it? I don't know. Could it? Yeah, it can do anything it wants to. I want to go from this wick over here, cut through these candle bodies and see what we got here. So I got some confidence on the trend line that could be happening. There's some wiggle room there too, between the wicks and whatnot. But we got some confidence there, so it does look that we might be getting there. And did we have a date? We had a date on the other time thing. I forgot. I wanted to think it was around it was about a week away. I might have to rewind that. I would go back to the chart, but I've already kind of screwed things up on that where I moved everything, so I don't think it'll be there. Interesting. Let's see what you guys are talking about right now. It is almost time for me to get off of here, actually. How accurate is the Gann theory? Up to 90%? Well, I'd say it depends on who's doing it and how they're doing it and how familiar they are. I mean, I would be hard to... Gann, however, when he did it, he was accurate as all get out. Seriously, the man would put price with a time and day. He was that good. And he used lots of other stuff. He also used planetary angles. You would think that they would go with the astrology thing. Oh, it's in this sign, it links toward this or what. No, man, he was taking the actual angles of the planet. Is rising and all that. It got wild. But then you start looking at it and I'm like, and you apply it to the square of 9 and you get these numbers and I'm like, oh my God, price is respecting this. This is freaking weird. It's a rabbit hole and it will blow your mind. And it's hard to find people that actually grasp his true concepts. You see a lot of people teaching Gann stuff, but they're throwing a lot of their own stuff in there and their own interpretations and getting a little bit away from where he was going, in my personal opinion. And I like to just try to find somebody that's just a diehard, this is how Gann did it, blah, blah, blah. And it's hard to find that. And Brackets, I think you found one of them, and we posted a link over in the trading community over in... I've got a whole section over here in the chart room section. Let me throw up the link just for anybody that doesn't know about it. I have got the chat room where all the cool kids hang out, and we've got a TA bot over there from CoinTrendz AI bot. That's amazing. Not enough people use it, but it can do TA. It can check the markets. It checks Twitter. It does so much stuff. I got to do a video on that. I'm going to do it for free. I told the dude I would do it. We were trying to work out some kind of options, but I've been lagging on that I should just go ahead and do it for free, just to keep my word for my end of the bargain and not expect anything. It's a good bot. It's worth going over CoinTrendz. I just don't ever mention them enough. Not sponsored by them or anything. They just have that bot, and that bot's amazing. And then Ninja Trade that's doing all that. He's always updating it, and he's got you got your little portfolio website that you can go to. There's a lot of stuff that Ninja offers there. Anyway, we're talking about the chart room and the chat room. Why can't I find the chat? Here we go. Telegram. And then I'll throw up the link for the section where we're going to talk about Gann. This is the chat room, and then this is the chart room, which the chart room is amazed because I found out you could do topics. And I was like, oh, cool. I wish I knew that before. So over here, you can see WD Gann methods. And this is the new guy that Brackish found, and I watched him, and he's a Gann dude, for real. So he might have some good, useful information to learn from. And there's a few other things over here from some other sources. There's some software over here, Gann software. I've got the sources, and you can go check it out. Open source, but check it for your safety and whatever. And then we got some things that I was following. I was getting heavy into it, checking all this planetary stuff. It's very interesting, but these are the circle idea that I've got right here. Michael S. Jenkins is a good one, and this is where I'm starting to learn about where I was learning about the circle idea. So if you want to kind of dive into the idea that I went earlier and get more authentic information on it and a more solid base, because this dude knows Gann a hell of a lot better than I do. I'm just playing with it. I find it fascinating, but I don't have my mind wrapped around it. I'm trying. It's a process. But if you want more detailed information about that, Michael S. Jenkins has got the alpha, and he will go over how you use a circle to square price and time. And I thought, oh my God, that's just amazing. And I showed you how, doing it as best as I could, and it points out some areas. It's worth checking into, I believe. So those things are available over there for the degen rabbit hole trader that just wants to take over the whole world. I've got you covered, baby. Brackets of Interest says, if I knew how to use the bot, I would use it. It's not too hard. Okay, so the bot in the lounge, they got this little thing on Telegram. You see that little slash? If you push that, it's got all the little commands. And I mean, you can pull up CoinGecko prices. Just go through here, and whatever you have an interest in, it does it. I mean, I like it. There's so much, it's almost overwhelming. But you can check the Bitcoin dominance charts, heat maps, RSI maps. I mean, all the information that we need to pull up at our fingertips and we go searching the web for, you can pull it up here. I should do it more. I don't think about it. I'm so ingrained to having to search it out that I forget. Oh shoot, we got a bot that can just do it for us. It's an AI bot. Open interest. Let's see what open interest is like. Let's see. We tap slash and OI. That's something I have to dig around for. And we got to give it a minute. Bitcoin open interest, it says. So America says, okay, so is it time to open 100x longs? Oh my goodness. Don't leave me hanging here. You got Bitcoin open. Okay. Let's try something else here. Let's get something. What's this? It will also do TA on things. Let's do the ETH gas. Oh, and that's what you just have to click it. So it shows the ETH gas. Let's go back and do the open interest thing. I don't think I did it right. Here's OB coins or order book charts. Oh, you got to put the which one you want. We got OB BTC dash USDT. It gives you some examples too, so you can learn how to do it. And we'll just sit here and wait for it. There we go. So I mean, it's really cool and it does a lot. Let's do a chart. I mean, it does more than just this. It does do TA/TA, TA predict, TA CoinTrendz, coins technical analysis, TA analysis by ChatGPT. It's got lots of stuff here. Let's do. And then, okay, so I typed it in, and then it tells us what else we need to just to kind of finesse it. Let's do TA predict, BTC 1 hour. Let's just use an example there. 1H. Oh, we got to hit the little thing here. And then it gives us technical analysis. This is ChatGPT's version. It's also got some graphical stuff. You can put a chart in there and it will do the analysis for you. We can try to do that too. I haven't done that in a while. So, current sentiment, the market sentiment appears to be neutral as the price of Bitcoin is currently oscillating around the SMA 50 and the RSI hitting at 48.05, suggesting neither bullish nor bearish pressure on the 1 hour. Conclusion, the current Bitcoin price at $60,727 US dollar tether is within the Bollinger Bands, indicating that price stability is present but lacking direction. With average volatility at 0.85% and the absence of significant momentum signals, the market seems to be consolidating. Advice? In this type of market, it may be wise to adopt a wait-and-see approach, monitoring for any breakout above the upper Bollinger Band or a decline below the lower Bollinger Band before making further decisions. Additionally, consider setting limit orders that capitalize on potential price fluctuations in this range. Pretty cool. It does so much more than even that. But you just gotta get around and play with it. Me too. They keep adding so much stuff. For real, for real. There is also a help summary there that should, help you get. Oh, look, the best coins 24 hours. Let's try that one. Aptos, Stacks, Popcat, Fast Token. I need to use this thing more. This thing's got so much knowledge, and I'm sitting here just doing it the old-fashioned way, and I forget about how helpful AI is. So shout out to CoinTrendz and CoinTrendz bot. Give them credit where credit is due. I pay for this service so that you guys don't have to. It's a premium service. It's there. Just go use it and learn from it. You can learn how to trade from this thing too. I've seen it. Breaking the whole how to enter a trade and everything. It does some awesome stuff. I'm paying for it so you don't have to. Because givers gain is what I'm told. I just like to do stuff. All right, so I think we've got. Oh, Crypto Frontier says, what is it, Baby Peppy on the ETH? $2.5 million market cap. I'll take a look. Baby Peppy on the ETH. Baby Peppy. On ETH. 069B. Correct. Pull up the chat. Oh crap! OX69 babe. 0869 babe. So you're on the 4-hour chart. She's taking higher highs and higher lows. That's good. Let's blow this baby up and let's pull out the magical fibs. What for magic? Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. This was the discount area. This is where, gosh darn it, I wish I bought more down here when it was so cheap. Yeah, that's over. Retesting that area, so retesting that actual price point. It's coming down close to it. It may touch right in this area again. We can pull a reverse fib to kind of nail it more, but in general, this is good enough for this point in the market. We got a trend line. The closer you get to that trend line, the better it is to buy, because you can set stop losses below that trend line and below these levels and save your ass in case it decides to dump all the way back down here, which sometimes happens. Otherwise, you're in a rising channel making higher highs and higher lows, and well, I mean, what more can you ask for than that? I don't have any moving averages here to help us out, but she came up to this area point, was at 5 zeros and 75. We're sitting at 5 zeros and 57 now. That move itself is a 30% gain. The one that I would be looking for, the two that I would be looking for, next targets would be just our simple fibs. The 0.5 has got some confluence over here that, yeah, maybe there, just a wee bit higher. A wee bit higher, and I will show you another trick with the fibs that you can use to nail these little zones. It sounds crazy, but I want to show it to you. Never revealed for before here on the Road Dog Crypto Chat. Yeah, I think I have, but y'all probably missed it. When you see new concepts, they're easy to go over your head. You got to see them over and over before you start, where it starts sticking in your brain. Implanting itself into your subconscious mind. Let's color code these guys so that I can remember what we're doing. I'm going to use my color codes. That one's fine. This one, 618s always make yellow because that's the golden ratio. Just makes it easier. Now, let's think about this for a moment. From where we are now, 67, 105%, just to get up to our 618, which is kind of the magic little area that we just kind of gravitate to. That's the little magical numerical sweet spot that we just kind of go there. I'm not going to say it's a magnet, but it's a balance point. It's the magic is like when you balance something on your finger. When you balance something, that's the balance point. That's 618. That's the little guy right there. And depending on what we do, we stay on this side or that side. Well, that leads us to know which direction that we're kind of headed. This is a place where a lot of people start to open up shorts. Just how it works out. The bear is going to short here for it to come down. Doesn't always work in their favor, but it does make a nice target, and you can moonbag this little sucker. If you're jumping in here, if you're already in, hopefully you've already moonbagged it because you had some good gains. If you saw this and said, "Oh look, there's a flag, and it's going to break out to the upside," look at that, and it did. That was it could be a pennant. Bull pennant, 57% chance they break to the upside. Measure move takes you up toward the top of the channel there. And so they can work out. There's another one, another little flag. So you can flag out if you're in a channel. If you are in a channel, you can flag out. We say that again. If you are in a channel, you can flag out, and that means that you got a bottom trend line that's not broken on your flag. If you are flagging, look, we're flagging out, and you broke a trend line, probably ain't going to work out for your favor. That's something that I see a lot of the flag guys don't pay attention to the overall trend line, and that's my warning. So if your flag guy is, a lot of times they like, and it can, but a lot of times they like to buy at resistance for these flags too. Now, unless you're getting an actual breakout of a trend, chances are you're going to come back down. And that happens a lot with the flag chasers. I'm just showing. They're not the great. There's a flag at resistance, right? To the upside. No, because you're at resistance on your flag. On this one, we were in the middle. We still broke down on that one because she started at the top. But when she did catch the bottom, she jumped. So buying around the bottom of the line rather than trying to flag it out to the 21 and then jump in, you might find that works a little bit better for you if you start zooming out, just looking at the bottom trend line. You can call it a flag if you want to. You draw trend lines if you want to, but she probably ain't going to break out until she touches the bottom here a little bit better. I'm just saying. Baby Pep, I'll get into TA and trade ideas a lot. And I counter some of the stuff that I see just thrown around willy-nilly on YouTube. Especially if that person had the same opportunity to learn in this market that I did from the similar trading group. I think that should be a little bit of a conversation there about different outlooks if we came from the same area, same starting point. Baby Peppy looks like she may bounce from here. I would look for the best juicy places down here at 4 zeros in round 5. We're just at 5 zeros or 5 zeros in 5. We're at 5 zeros 57. With a chance to go up to 4 zeros and 1194, which would give us 100% gains if that happens. For that to happen, you got to see price. It's actually got to do a breakout and then shoot up there. If it does that, if it breaks bullish out of this, I'm saying this target here may not, there could be higher ones. I would look at that 786 pull, which I did not do. I guess we should probably do that, because if she does break out of this, it's going to be a strong ass move, kind of like what we see over here. So that is a possibility. We don't want to overlook that. Oh, no, you didn't tell me where it would go, Road Dog. Okay, that's 4 zeros and 15. If she starts getting bullish and she breaks out of this channel, yeah, we want to keep this one. We want to keep this one in line here. That's a point. That's 4 zeros and 15. If that scenario were to happen and we got that lucky, that would be 163% gains. Not saying it's a definite, but it could. If we break out of the channel, we could see that. If we stay in the channel, we just kind of go and then we touch this area over here that we originally started with. That's our next target. Let us move back to the chat. We got live chat. All right. Well, guys, let's see. How long have I been streaming? Oh, I've been here an hour. It's time to cut it off. Nobody wants to see a stream that's more than an hour. I find. Let's take one more look back at Bitcoin. We went through some woo-woo stuff. How you doing, Bitcoin? Let's go to the small-ass time frame because, hey, why not? This is the one that I've been tracking. I need to clean it up because she's just... Trade setup we had yesterday, we got the little, I've got a whole messy thing here. Even the range, volume range, fixed range volume profile is saying, hey man, she should be coming back to 61,038. That's where she's got back up here and test this high. Looks like we're starting to recovering the 200 moving average. Bitcoin, are you feeling better now? She got a little breakout here of this trend line. It's not the best trend line, but it looks like it's holding on this noisy chart. Retest. To the upside, it looks like we're coming back. I would be looking somewhere along this trend line. 660 moving average right up here with it. I would say 61.6. That area might be on the table. If I had to pull a fib and guesstimate, my chart's starting to get really messy here on the small time frame. confluence right there at the 113. My target for Bitcoin, my futuristic, my prediction, my official Road Dog prediction is we got a very good chance to hit 61.6. Will it happen? Anything else that you can say about why we should hit that area, Road Dog, other than pulling out your woo-woo science, Fibonacci, pseudoscience stuff? And I'm going to say, yeah, just your basic TA says, we got a drop from here. We came up. We're working on making a possible double bottom scenario, possibly a triple bottom if you want to zoom out and be truthful with yourself about it. But right here, we got a belt line. Yes, that's the official term for it that I'm petitioning for, a belt line. If it's a neckline, these are some saggies. That's all I'm saying. So that area is at 61.4. We need to come up there, and best scenario is we get above it and start flagging out. Then we're ready to move. We get up there and start flagging out below it, well, we probably got some more stuff to play with. So it's important that we get up above to make a higher high. And Lucy's coming in at 61.6 saying, come on up and talk to me. You know you got to, because we always got to go talk to Lucy. She's just that way. Other than that, we do have a breakout of this trend line. And if you want to get crazy, you don't have to get crazy, but we can take a measure move from this. We'll use the O cheat thing here. And I got a measure move that says that we could possibly get up to 62,300-ish. Boom. Will that come true? Well, we don't know until we check back later tonight on the stream or any of my nightly streams, and we'll see just how accurate these are and if we can get another. Nailed it! Because those are fun. It's not anything about ego. It's just to prove that, hey man, there's something to the Fibonacci stuff. There's something to this TA stuff. This stuff does routinely hit its targets. Not perfect, not every time, not 100% guarantees, but we're somewhere up in 80, 90% areas for this stuff to work out. That gives us an edge on the market, allowing us to make money and not have to work for the man anymore and just do this stuff full time. And hey man, it's pretty cool life. I've been fortunate enough to get here with this. I think you can too. I'm at the cusp. I'm kind of like, man, well, there's no income source coming in steadily, so I'm just kind of right here in crypto doing it. It'd be easier if there's a steady income source. I'm just saying that would be a lot helpful in these markets. So consider that if you're thinking about doing this full time. If you got a steady source of income, that makes life a lot easier. If you don't have it, then you're kind of like, gosh darn it. Should have took more profit there and paid myself. You got some other issues to do. But it's a transitional phase, and then hopefully after this bull cycle and the next 12 months here, then I want to have that. I got a nice cash reserve that can hold me for the next 4 years, and a lot left that I can still play around in crypto and short the market down and just have some fun and just enjoy my early retirement going on. Yeah, baby, crypto is life changing, but man, she's just been moments of the game where it just wants to flesh you out. And we're getting close to where it's going to take off. We're getting closer and closer every week to the point where Bitcoin just like, oh shoot, it ain't stopping. She's not stopping. She's going. She won't stop. And it seems like it's never going to happen, but it does. And here we were 4 years ago. 4 years. Now, our halving happened somewhere in April, close to about what happened this time in this section. And we had a little ups and downs and whatnots and a lot of doubt in the market. So 4 years ago, when we got to October, right here, in October, I mean, it was up, but it wasn't up like this. It was just getting started, the baby steps of the bigger move. And this is to scale. And this is what it felt like back then. This is exactly what it felt back then. We're in a shaky market. Didn't know if we were going to get past our higher high areas, or latest high areas over here at 13,000. We had 17, but still we were, kind of iffy. And it started looking bearish, and here's where all the bears, Crypto Savvy was one of them. I remember calling for $3,000 Bitcoin here. I don't know what happened to him. He used to be really good and really accurate technical analysis, and then he lost it. Maybe it lost a trend line. Maybe that's what, I don't know. But ever since here, Crypto Savvy has been on the bear trend, calling for it to go back to $3,000 through this whole market. It was crazy. And it didn't. We just kept going up and up and up. Yet every time he was looking for the bottom, it was crazy. He was bearish through the whole bull market. I haven't watched him lately, but he used to be a really, he was really solid there for a while until he just went full on bear. I don't know what happened. Here I am drawing. Anyway, I'm getting into my lines, but this is, it started slowly. After the halving, 6 months, we start feeling the squeeze. The big money's wanting to come in. We got so much bigger money now is coming in. I mean, they're trying to finagle it, get their fingers in there. BlackRock ain't selling. BlackRock knows. Hell no, we're going to soak it up like a sponge right now, and then we'll start. We'll worry about, all the profit taken when we actually reach those $500,000 areas. They got the big plan. They're not stupid. BlackRock knows exactly what to do. They're buying up all the real estate too. They're buying up all the good stuff, going to make some money and go up, all the scarce assets. And we're going to feel that, and we will get a pump up. And we've had a nice pump up here before the halving. Before. They're like, we got to get in early when that halving happens. Oh, gosh. And here we were. Here was October last year. Now, it had its little ups and downs. It was about the second week. I mean, the first week went up a little bit, just a wee bit, not much, not anywhere that we were even trying to go before. I was like, oh, that's like a laugh. Well, this October sucked. Then it came down the second week. But that third week in October, around the 16th, and that second week around October, around the 23rd is when we started seeing it take off. And then the move was on that took us from 30,000, 28,000, all the way up to 70. It wasn't one full sweep, but it was started. And now, can you imagine the starting here from where we are right now? And we just go from here, and we establish this as our new trend line. Sounds crazy, I know, but well, she could still go lower, but she may not. The candle bodies are kind of respecting that angle. And we'll draw a trend line, go straight up. Where does it tell us to go? 89,000? Come over a few candles, come over here to this little fib circle line over here. What do you got going on over here? You got about 91,000? This is one of my woo-woo charts too that I've been working on. I've got something happening here. October 21st-ish, somewhere around October 14th, through this little window that we could be up in these areas right over here at 75 to 80,000. Sounds crazy at the end of October considering what we see now, but this is what the woo-woo pseudoscience is kind of suggesting. I want to see if it plays out. I like the woo-woo. Price predictions. And it's not any more crazier of a suggestion than anybody else is making, because how many times have you seen this? We got a flag to the upside. And actually, I would put it down here at the bottom of it. That's what Thomas Pikowski says. That says 101,000. So I think that me saying we're going to come to 80,000 possibly by the end of the month could. Not too far crazy. Not too far crazy. That would be great. And that means that our altcoins are going to pump and everything going to pump a little bit. Bitcoin pump more than others. Scarcity coming in, being felt in the market, a squeeze, but we'll also get volatility with that scarcity of Bitcoin in the market too, and bigger moves up and down. So the leverage, you got to back off of the leverage, man. They're going to get you. They're going to get you on that leverage. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you again tonight. See you, Road Dog. Great stream. Appreciate that. I love feedback. Feedback helps me. Helps me to become a better... Oh, man, we left our Moonbag thing up there. Look at that. I've just been talking with that on there. My bad. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see the price things. It wasn't hidden too much. I do stuff like that. Guys, I'll see you tonight. Trade carefully. Market looks interesting. One more time on the 6 minute. We're starting to reclaim some ground here. We're looking good. Look, 6 minute, I know it's a small time frame, but we're starting to claim that 200 moving average. The 9 might cross it, or we might roll over. It's uncertain right now. Rollover is still possible because we got all these moving averages over here, but hey, that's a good thing. Best thing to do is draw a trend line. We got a good little trend line there to follow right now on the small time frame. Break it? Yeah, probably something going to happen. Respect it? Enter in close to it for a chance to go up. Not bad ideas. See you guys later tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. God bless you. Sean, we're ready to go out. Are you asleep? Sorry. I was looking at the big old ditties. I was looking at the thumbnails from last night. Sean. Back away from the screen. Do not put the lotion on your skin. Do not put the lotion on your skin. It does not put the lotion on its skin, Sean. No. Have you no decency? We gotta get out here. Good night.